Hello, everybody. Today, there's been a few things on my mind. I'm not really sure how to put a good word to it or explain in what way that what I'm experiencing. Um, but I know that sometimes my mind kind of plays tricks on me, and it's trying to, in some way, sabotage the way that I think, uh, and also the way that I act. Um, but a personal experience that I recently went through is I've been struggling for a long time now to stop myself from using tobacco. Um, and also, I've come by a lot of new information and old information about what I could do. And in this sense, that is kind of the hardest thing to do when I have so much information and I know what to do to in some way better my life. That's the time when it's actually the hardest. Because the more I know, the harder it get. And I don't really know why, but I know it's possible to do a change because I have done a few of them. But this is the one that I'm struggling with the most. Um, so a little short backstory. 1 year ago, something happened. I got invited to church. And at that time, I didn't really know what was going on. I had a very broken mindset, you could say. And I was asking questions, wondering about life, and a lot of other different things. But now that this year has gone past, I've learned so much about who I am and where I've come from. And the most challenging part is actually keeping up and continuing doing the good thing for myself. Because every time I try to do something, there's always something else trying to stop me from doing it. And in this case, it's actually myself. So I'm stopping me from becoming me. It's hard to have that knowledge, but I'm also very glad that I do, which means that I can in some way actually go forward. It's like when I'm doing these recordings, I don't really have a plan or an idea on how I should give it forward. And it's a little bit scary, but hopefully it will either improve myself or help someone else. I don't know. But the year that has gone by, it have been happening a lot of different things, and most of all, it's been a personal development. And I can quite be frank that Sometimes I don't really know what's happening, and that's the scary part. For instance, today, uh, when I'm sitting having the studies with my sisters from church, we talk about different things every time. Um, and when I'm sitting there speaking to them, it's like all the knowledge that I know is coming forward to in some way help them or myself in this matter. But when I hear myself speaking about all the things that I know, it kind of scares me in the way that I know all this, but still I don't really do anything about it. And I don't know why. It's still a question that I think about. um, for instance, sometimes my mind goes blank. I'm not really sure what I should say. And it feels a little bit uncomfortable. But I know that the knowledge is inside somehow. Um, but let's take a scenario, um, what's happening actually today. Today I'm kind of starting a new journey. I recently started a website where I do like testimonies. I speak about, or actually write about, things that goes on inside my head and feelings that I have, and also previous life experiences. And now it's like I don't really know what's gonna happen. For starters, in this place where I live right now, I'm only gonna be here for about 30 days more. And then after that, I have no idea where I'm going. I have a small clue on where, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna happen. I hope it is. And then after that, I'm gonna move up in the country, start to work a little bit. It's gonna be like a seasonal job. Gonna be away for a few months, and then after that, I have no clue on where I'm going. And in that matter, it feels like I'm trying to figure out what is going to happen before it actually happens. And I know that's just a part of life. Um, but it's very scary to walk into the unknown and not knowing what's gonna come to me. But from what I learned from church is that when we follow God, He will give us what we mostly desire. But that also means that we have to follow Him and do what He tells us to do. But not really, He doesn't really tell us what to do. He only shows us that there is a path that we can take. And if we want to take that path, it's actually possible to improve our life of living. And today I know what I can do. At the same time, I'm really struggling. And that's the thing. The more I know, the harder it gets. But I know I want to do that change. is that it takes a little bit of time. It also feels like I have to go very deep inside myself to find that motivation and in some way the courage to actually do the work. And sometimes I'm not even sure if I can do it. But I can say that I'm scared. And I don't really know what I'm doing. But I know I'm doing it for a reason. I know I'm doing this because I want to change my life. And the hardest thing is to actually do it. To take that step and in some way going in the opposite direction of where I used to do. To go in a direction where I know that the life that I can have is just one step away. Right now there's a lot of feelings coming up. And in some way I'm trying to stop it from coming. When I really want to just pour it out. And being true to yourself, it's hard. It's really hard. But I know it's possible. And everybody can do it. And it makes me think a little bit. Right now, I don't really have much more to say. All I know is that if we want to make a change, it is possible. We just need to make that decision and then take the step towards the light. Mostly the light that we have inside. Sometimes we forget what that actually looks like. And I know what darkness looks like because I'm living it day in and day out. But I also know what the light looks like. And that part is actually the scariest part. Because when we live in the dark, the light is actually, I think that's the most scary part. the first step is always the hardest. Hopefully that I could give you some insight. I just hope that in some way that my knowledge and my experience can somehow help you. But mostly it's gonna help me. I know that. Um, and I'm not really sure how many of these I'm gonna make, but I need to start somewhere, right? Um, yeah, so if you want to learn more, if you want to know more, send me a message or take a quick reading session of the website. I'm probably gonna post it in the comments information. I don't know, but in some way I just got a deja vu. Deja vu. Um, it's really weird. That is also something that we recently talked about. What is a deja vu? Why does it happen? And what can we do with it? Um, just know that every time there's darkness in the life, there'll always be a light that you can follow. And from the experience that I recently gathered throughout the year, is that God can be a really good tool. Just to have something to follow and to find a greater purpose into why we're here and why we live the way that we do. It just takes time. It's possible. And yeah, we'll start from here. We'll see what happens. But hopefully something good will come out of it eventually. So thanks for listening. And I'll see you soon. Bye.